Alright, so I'm about to go to bed. It's about 11:30 and I have to wake up at like 7 o'clock in the morning tomorrow for work. But um, I wanted to share a short story uh, that I consider to be somewhat of a miracle. It's a very beautiful story, but a very short one. So, today, I went to the forest with my dad, and this forest is a large plot of land that we haven't even really discovered. Um, we just discovered a whole new area today, and we were exploring it. But in this new area, we came across a somewhat open field with walnut trees. And if you guys remember, like a video or two ago, I posted online. I said that open spaces are the most beautiful, and I really cherish open spaces because I find them so fascinating and so symbolic of freedom, and they're just the most beautiful things I've ever seen above all things. Just an open space of grass, and just grass as far as you can see is the most beautiful thing. And I came across something similar to what I was describing, but it wasn't quite complete. It had these walnut trees in it, and in the background there was trees just all over in the background. And I thought this was a very beautiful sight, but it wasn't perfect enough. And I kind of thought to myself, I was thinking about that video, and I was thinking, is this considered an open space? Is this open enough? And I thought to myself, I'm like, no. These trees are blocking the freedom of movement. And I still thought it was very beautiful, but I didn't think it was beautiful as just an open space by itself. And we continued to search around this large area, and we came across a new area, which I've never been by before, and it was amazing. It literally was as if this field that I saw before with the walnut trees, and I was imagining a better place. Seemingly minutes afterwards, when we drove to this new area, seemingly, literally minutes afterwards, when we drove to the other part of this giant property, we came across my dream field. Literally, it's just a field of grass in all directions. Just a field of grass, nothing more. There's no trees in sight. I mean, there's a few trees here and there, but they're way far away. And it's just literally open space in all directions. And we walked through this, and my father was getting kind of bored with it because it's just grass, But to me, I looked at the grass, and it was amazing. It was beautiful. It was literally one of the most beautiful experiences ever. And I imagined myself. There was a large hill in the background of this field that also had no trees, except I believe it might have had trees on the top. I couldn't tell. I wasn't paying attention to that, really. I just was paying attention to the openness. And this field, I imagined playing in it. I imagined running through the field, laughing. I just absolutely wanted to just run through this field without the limitations of obstacles. And it was there. I could have just ran through the field, laughed and screamed with laughter, and just ran through that field, and I didn't because my dad was there, and he probably would have thought, what the hell just, what just happened? This kid literally lost it and just started running into a grassy field. But the promise that I made to myself in that moment when we walked away from the field was that I would come back and do that very thing that I imagined. And that is the promise I'm making to myself, that I will come back and not be restricted by the trees, by people, because it's a very secluded part in this forest. It's a property that has forests, prairies, and all sorts of things, and gardens, and all that. But this particular area just pretty much showed me who I really was within myself. And what it shows me is that I'm a child inside. My dreams, my aspirations are that of a child, because deep within myself I truly am still just a child. And I'm, very recently have come to this conclusion that I'm just a child. That's all I am. And, everyone in the world thinks I'm an adult, and they treat me as an adult, and I treat myself as an adult, but in actuality, I'm a child within. And, so that's the promise. I'm coming back, and I'm going to play. I'm going to have a lot of fun in that field. And I'll bring you guys with me when I do it. I love you all. I'll see you later. Good night. Peace.